Hello, good morning, everybody. Praise Jesus for another day. Yes, center of my worship. And I'm so happy. I don't know, I don't know, how to be. There's never been a time in my life that I have been this happy emotionally. Emotionally. There's, of course, we all have problems, right? We all have an uphill climb, but I'm just filled with hope, guys. I'm filled with hope, and I'm filled with joy. There's no I get the feeling that people see what I see and they feel doom and gloom, But it's really just like so many beautiful things ahead. How's my head? Well, thank you for asking me. I really appreciate that. My head, well, the bleeding stopped, right? And I did actually talk to a nurse about it, and I probably should have got a staple, but I shouldn't laugh. But like the scar is gonna be funky, but it's on the top of my head, so I got a lot of hair, so I don't really care. It is what it is, right? And then as far as my neck is concerned, I hear like kind of a bad snap in there, but I won't know if it's like fractured until the swelling goes down. Then I'll be able to tell. I just don't want to go back to the hospital and get that's an ordeal to get an X-ray and all that. But short answer, I'm good. Sorry about that. Yeah, I've been praying about it, and it doesn't hurt me at all. Yeah, I don't feel any kind of I mean, I did, but I don't feel any discomfort right now. And so let me say hi to everybody. Michael was here first. Wow, you beat AGM here, huh? Michael is here first. Surreal Reality. So are you Surreal Reality? Oh, this is Dutch Sailor, right? If this is Dutch Sailor, then I think yeah. I think so, right? You let me know. Um and Slow Driver Angelina, yes, you're here. I know, man. We need to be super aware. There's just lots of violence everywhere. Well, what did well, God said it would be like there'd be evil in their hearts continuously, right? It would be like the days of Noah. And I used to just think that evil was violence, but anything that's like sinful out there is evil. And think about it, just to live a daily life, just a normal human being out there has to have some kind of sin going on, covetousness or pride or whatever, right? Just to survive. I mean, that's where we're at, Okay, AJM is here. Yeah, once again. Yeah, that's right. Michiganer's here. And Bubba News. Yeah. Hannah's here. What's up, Hannah? Wow, look at everybody's here. Lion One is here. Is that okay? Does that mean like the lion one, or is it like a different symbolism? I don't know. But welcome. Welcome. It's nice to see you. And Book of His Grace is here. I forget your name. Daniel, right? Daniel? I want to think it's Daniel. AJ, okay. All right. Blah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm cool. Like this morning, like I could treat today like a Sunday. Like I'm totally cool with that. Like I've been feeling like so like energetic, and I've been getting a lot of sleep lately, and I know that there's a reason why I keep all the good morning, Renee, good morning. There's a reason why, go lion one's good people. Well, see, you know what? Sometimes it's symbolism, right? Like where like someone will say like I'm the lion one, or the roaring lion that's seeking, who to devour, or I don't know. That some people get very clever about it, They get very clever about it, and like sometimes when I'm getting trolled, right, I'm like, oh wow, that's just such a good job that they kind of deserve to be here trolling me, Uh, but it is what it is, right? Yeah, and so Bubba, are we gonna eventually do like um a prophecy? I want to do a prophecy show, like with you and Michael and come on, think of his name. He's here all the time. Super good guy. I can't think of his name. Why? Alex. And I think that would be good, because I think there's a contrast in what you guys believe, right? Um, but like we would be at the same type of place. That's the thing I wanted to get through to people, right? Is that it's possible, right? That for the people that are all millennial, right? That they're close to the end too, waiting on the return of Jesus for the day of the Lord. And of course, like there's some things that still need to happen for premillennial dispensation to happen. But like in a sense, right? We're close and waiting on the same thing. I think there's probably like less doom and gloom, I guess you could say, like for the all millennial people, right? Which is I get the appeal of that, and it's hard because like I need to be careful. Hey, Faith, how you doing? It's I need to be careful, like when I start talking about like my opinion of the world and kind of how it is based on what I know. It is like it is pretty gloomy, right? But when I hear like Man of Sin and Mark of the Beast, I hear when these things happen that God is closer, and it makes me excited. But I get it. Some people, they hear that same stuff that I hear, and they don't feel excited about it. And so I gotta be more sensitive to that, right? And so I'm gonna try to do that, only because like I really don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure about what I believe, but I don't know. I was pretty sure that the Earth was a ball, and it ended up not being that way. And so I could, you know, I can concede anything at this point. And anything can happen. I believe we are in the season that Revelation described. Me too. Me too. And I think a couple things make that like difficult for me to deny, right? And I think like most of all, I think the Revelation 12 sign in 2017, it would be hard to fake that. And the fig tree prophecy, the fig tree, uh, we're in that fig tree generation. So I don't know. And but here's the thing, right? I kind of believe recent history. I kind of believe that only because I could go back like to my great grandmother and my memories. But I can't. There's nothing be before that. Like I don't know who my great great grandmother is, right? Like it's weird, huh? How you can only go back to like your great grandma or something. and then you stop and you hit a wall and you're like, wait, was there anyone before that? Like, why wouldn't I have pictures or something, or some kind of memento from these people, right? Like, it's weird, isn't it? I don't know. I think it's weird that it just stops at, like, I'm like, oh, okay. Was my grandparents like were they orphans or something? Or it's definitely strange. Hey Ann, how you doing? Oh, thank you for saying that. That's nice of you. Oh, I wish you posted that, Alex. 1715. I wish you posted the whole thing. I would read that. For tribulation saints, not spiritual Christians, they would have faith and work. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, right, because they've already seen him, and so they still have to. They would have to avoid the mark, and possibly be martyred, right? So, yeah, I, I would say that I think so. I think that's what it is. Because like that, you have to split it up that way. I think that's the whole reason for the harvest, right? The rapture is because for two reasons. One, it separates us from the tribulation saints, and then it separates us from unsaved Israel, unsaved Israel. But yeah. So I don't know, Bubba. What do you want to do? What do you guys want to do about like the show with I know the word millennial isn't mentioned in the Bible, right? It's crazy, right? However, 1,000 years is, right? But isn't it weird how that language is kind of pushed by the mainstream? Um, it feels kind of pushed, right? Because they call a generation the millennials, right? And I wonder if that's like mockery, And it probably is. Because like someone who I forget who it was, but somebody pointed it out to me that um the back how's it Avion backwards is naive or something like that. It's like, wow, man, like that's mockery to like the fullest, right? Like they're not even, I don't even think that they're like even being slick. It's like everything has to do with the devil, right? Like D Live is basically an anagram for the devil. Santa Claus is an anagram for the devil. You can send your money on Venmo, which is Venom. It's an anagram for Venom. I mean, it's incredible, right? Disney has the mark of the beast in it, and you're like, wow, man, like how like my mom owns all the Disney stuff, and I swear, if you met my mom, you would never think like you would be like, wow, she's just a nice lady. She sometimes might be a little, on the slower side, right? But that it kind of makes her cute. She's just a nice person. She doesn't think too deeply. She owns all the Disney stuff, or she used to, right? Like when we were little kids, right? And we used to watch all that stuff. And if you think about it now, I mean, think about all the real magic that's in there, right? This, real magic, that they're promoting, like from real religions. They got like, real shamanistic magic in there. And you're like, why? Why are they allowed to have that in there? They don't have like anything about Jesus in Disney, right? And it's like every single home in these movies is like a broken home. It's always like a stepdad or a stepmom or some weird guy that builds puppets, with pedo in his name. it's I mean, it's like unreal, right? And so I don't know, man. I mean, at some point you just like, okay, look, I get it, man. I'm like, why didn't I see this stuff before? That's the only thing that gets me is like, at what point do we wake up and and how does it happen? What's the process, right? Does God wake us up like just poof, or is it kind of a mixture of, you know, we were seeking the truth and God, lifted the scales off our eyes, or lifted the veil? I don't know, because there's like, I would have caught some of these things, and a lot of you guys, right, especially truthers, right, like a lot of you guys are so smart, and I'm like, there's no way that they would have pulled this. I mean, no way they could have got away with this, if there wasn't some kind of spell on us, or some kind of you know uh like some kind of spell or hypnotism or whatever. And see, there was something that came out yesterday, I think it was, and they're kind of mainstream or whatever, but the Truth Stream Media or whatever. I mean, they're not my favorite go-to truth channel, but they're pretty nice people, I guess. And they were even talking about like how easy it is to hypnotize people with TV. And I already knew that, but I mean, it's good confirmation, right? Like, you're just like, oh, okay, wow, man. People, I mean, all these flashing lights and spinning graphics, and I mean, you would be naive, right, to think that it's not happening. It's at least happening to sell you products. Did I say hi to Frack? I'm sorry. Hey, Frack, if I've missed you, man, sorry. In my head I said hi to you. In my head I said hi to you. Yeah, yeah. So I hope that I said something, but I'm glad that you're here, man. And yeah, it's like, mainstream news or Hollywood pushes. Yep, me too, Alex. It's almost like instantly I believe that it's BS, right? And what gets me is this, right? I know that, like I don't deserve anything except that lake of fire. I mean, I'm not better than anyone in the Bible, and I'm not better than anyone that's gonna barely make it, right? And so, like, I know I deserve like the worst, whatever the worst is. But like, when you get to a point where you just can't be deceived, right? Because you auto hoax, and you're looking at everything very skeptically, right? Um, and then you read things like, even the very elect would be deceived if that were possible. And then you start to wonder, right? You start to wonder, you're like, wow, like, I've never thought anything good about myself, right? But it's possible that we're the very elect just because of that, that definition. And so you're like, wow, man, like, is that where we're at? Like, we can't be deceived. And then not only that, right, but the people that aren't saved that come through here, I think God really loves them. Like, it's like they get another chance right before everything's about to, crack off or whatever. And it's like, just this other, like, this extra chance, and that's beautiful. That's so beautiful to me. I would hope that if I was still out there, hard headed, right, that God would try one more time with me, right? And then sometimes I feel like the trolls that come here, right, or the people that, think that they're being, think that, the people that think they're stopping us from getting to new sheep, like like when I pray about that, right, I get the sense that, like they are the sheep, like like they are the people we're trying to, um, reach. We're trying to reach their heart. And like even if someone is straight up nasty to me, I still want them to make it, right? I still want them to make it. And I don't know, it like the only thing that's hurtful to me is like when, like, I've spent like a lot of hours with somebody on the phone, because I talk to people in the middle of the day, like in between shows and stuff. I talk to you guys, like, I mean, I try to work it in, and so what hurts me is like, you spend like hours on the phone with somebody listening and crying together and all this stuff, right? And then like sometimes like just over a small disagreement, right? You're like, oh, I can't agree with you on that. Um, and then it's like they're so hurt by that they never come back. And you're like, oh no, man, I didn't want that, and I almost would just concede and just agree, but um, there's like 5 people or 6 people that they all want me to agree with them, and you can't make everyone happy. And it makes me sad because I don't have any conditions on how I feel about you guys. Like I don't need anything. I'm not trying to get anything out of it. Like you don't have to agree with me or I don't know, but it is what it is. So I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of, right? But like even that, right? It's like I think about people fondly, that have been here and left. And it's like, okay, well, at least I love those people. I hope they make it and everything is great to meet them and know them, right? Yeah, the trolls is what makes it hard, right? Because that's the only thing that like takes your energy away, right? Is it like you try to make a troll happy and they're never happy. I did want a panel today. Isn't that crazy, man? Isn't that crazy? I wanted to do panels today, and it would have been fun, I think. Yeah, Mr. Gander trolls, right? Like I mean, they suck all the energy out, right? Bubba says, I don't want you to be ignorant of this mystery, brothers and sisters, so that you may not be conceited. Israel has experienced a hardening in part until the full member of the Gentiles has come in. And that's what we're doing. Like just to know that we're part of that, right, makes me feel so good, right? Oh, and yesterday, right, the Second Corinthians, right, when we were talking about the sufferings of Paul, I didn't know it was labeled like that. Like it actually said that. Like must have read that like I don't know 20 times, and I didn't ever knew it was labeled like that. I mean, I knew the verses and I knew when he was talking about all the sufferings and all that, but I didn't know it was late. That's pretty cool. You learn something every day. So 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 17, for we are not as many with corrupt, I'm sorry. For we are not as many which corrupt the word of God, but as of sincerity, but as of God, in the sight of God speak we in Christ. Are you sure that's right? Yeah. I feel like there's a word missing or something. Oh, I get it. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Romans 11:25. I love see anything Romans chapter 9 through 11. I love. I love it all, but it is what. And Corinthians and Paul are connected, of course. Okay, didn't he wrote the letter, right? Like he wrote. No, I didn't know that it was like labeled, like titled, like here's the sufferings of Paul. I just read the verses for what they were. It's probably was always in there. If we hide behind politeness and fake love, we are a fake person. As children of God, we must defend His word with everything we have. If other people appreciate it or not, right. Yeah, absolutely. But see, also, I'm very careful, right? I'm very careful about what I say that I know, right? Now, there's a lot of things that because I think like I'm comfortable not knowing something, right? Uh, Rather than tell people I know something that I don't know. And I'll give you an example, right? Like I don't know that there's a country called China, right? I mean, I believe it's there, to like a very high degree because people have been there and traveled there and taken pictures, right? I could see it online, that kind of thing, right? But I haven't been there. I haven't. I don't know how far it is. I don't know how long it takes to get there, right? Like I don't know it. I just believe it to a very, very high degree that it is there, right? Almost knowing, right? And so I'm careful with what I say, like especially about the Word of God. That like, oh, I know this or I know that, right? I mean, I have a pretty high level of belief of a lot of things, right? But I've also been wrong when I've had a high belief of things too, and so I leave the door open for that. But you're right. You're right. Absolutely. Like, I'm not going to lie to somebody just to make them happy, right? I'm not going to just like agree just to like, I don't know. And I don't know why it's so important that I have to agree. And I don't know why it hurts so bad that I don't, like there's other people that I don't agree. And I guess, I don't know. Like, I guess if you know, I don't know how to even quantify it, but absolutely, China exists, right, Frack? Right? And I'm 99% sure that it's there. I'm so close to knowing that it's. I would bet all my money on it, right? But I don't know it. I don't know it, and it's a lot of people say they know stuff that they don't know. They really don't, and there's like a small chance you could be wrong. Yeah, and then that's the thing, Angelina. Like I couldn't please everybody even if I wanted to. It's like it's already like like tap dancing, right? Okay, yeah, because like I I will like be neutral on things that I like say I'm like 90% sure that it's a certain way and that I think it's a certain way. But I don't mind being neutral even in that situation, which that's already kind of hard to do. And but I'm not gonna lie to anybody and say I agree with something just to make them happy. I can't do that. 1 John chapter 3 verse 2, beloved, we are God's children now. What we will be has not yet been revealed. What we do know is this: when he is revealed, we will be like him, for we will see him as he is. Oh man, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 16, let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in a time of need. And that's so beautiful, just like how much grace we actually get. Everywhere you read, it's like grace and faith alone, and not of works, and it's written so many times. It's so unbelievable that we keep looking for more verses that say the same thing. It's so hard to believe that we get all that goodness, right? We get all that goodness, and we haven't earned it. It's so unbelievable. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Yeah. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I know that people, right? Like there's some people, they want like proof. They want all the confirmation of God before they take that leap of faith. But the leap of faith comes first. You have to believe first, and then you get all this confirmation that like, oh wow, it's obviously true, right? But you don't like, it doesn't work the way you kind of want it to at first. You're like, okay, well, I'll believe that it is real, but I want some kind of. You don't get that. You have to take a leap. right, you can't prove things which you're not seeing, so you have to take that leap. But it's the best leap ever. It's like you just let go and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna trust it. It's all under control. You know, and it's such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling to know that not only am I not in control of the outcome, but I never was in control of it. Like I put all that pressure on myself for no reason. I was never in control. Because like, have you ever been in those situations where you're like, oh, I got to keep certain family members separate, and I told two people two different things, and I got this, I act this way around my parents, I act this way at work, I act this way around my friends. It's it's all bull crap, right? Before you get saved, you don't even know you're doing it. You're just involved with layers of bull crap. All these different characters. And I think that like once you become your authentic self, it's just so much easier. Like life is so much easier, right? And life is just so much easier just to be yourself, and it feels good, right? Let's see here. However, the light will shine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Let's see here. All the best with your walk. Yeah, sure, of course. So are you taking off? Book of His Grace, man. Are you leaving, man? Or are you hanging out? Bubba says, "What are we doing while waiting for Jesus?" 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 11. Since everything will be destroyed in this way, what kind of people ought you to be? You ought to live holy and godly lives. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know why we would not want to, right? So we get all this grace, right? We get all this grace, and we're made free and saved by like His sacrifice and His grace, Lord Jesus, right? And if you love somebody, right? Especially if you love somebody far more than you've loved anybody ever on earth before, you don't need to be told things like don't lie to them, don't kill them. You don't even need to be told rules, right? Like you love that person. So in love, there's no, like, I see where it's like in love there is no law, right? I don't need to be told like how to, like, that I need to be as holy and godly as I can be, because I love Him, and that makes Him happy, right? And so I think the hardest part is people sometimes want to put their salvation on that, right? That if they don't make that kind of change, right, then somehow their salvation is in question. And now that could make somebody crazy to think, like, to keep thinking about that. And it makes you it turns you into being self-centered, because you're always thinking about whether or not you're making it or not. And I know God would, I mean, just if you think about like the God that I know, right, wouldn't want you to be self-centered and thinking about yourself like that. The God I know wouldn't play games with you like it's some kind of riddle. And so I think, like, yeah, we have to accept this unmerited favor, right? Like, and that's, I mean, I get it. That's hard, right? But it's real. And every time I've tested God's word, like in any other way, it's always stood up to scrutiny. And every time I've like scrutinized anything else in my life, it's fallen apart at some level, right? Hey, Chris, man, I was thinking about you yesterday. I don't know if I sent a text out or not, but yeah, I'm so happy to see you, man. I'm glad you're here. I don't know if Luke is here, man, but Luke's awesome, man. Luke's awesome too. Uh, I know he works a lot. It's a season for that. It's summertime. But oh yeah. So how did you do with the jobs and all that, right? Because everyone's been praying for you about getting that job or getting some kind of thing going with, I don't know if you want me to talk about that publicly, but I've been like really hoping good things for you, buddy. Yeah, the truth is never a lie. Yeah, the truth, that's the thing, right? The truth is like it's just so, I mean, like it's so amazing. Like when Jesus says the truth will set you free, I mean, that was the statement right there, right? Because if you're a truther and you follow the truth, right? All the way past like all the conspiracies, all the way past all the science and flat earth, whatever, right? And if you just keep following the truth, it leads to Jesus, right? Now, there's all these truthers out there that are, I don't know, they believe in some kind of witchcraft or, I don't know, some kind of new age or something like that. And they really try to trap you before you get there. But if you follow the truth all the way, you end up with Jesus and you are free at that point. Because I believe that if you're not a believer, right? And you get to a point where you just believe that he's real, right? Once you know that God is real and who it is, like I think that just inside you, it takes over. It just takes over all of your thoughts, and then you like, time to crack that Bible. I got to see what's going on. And yeah, you almost feel like, wow, I should have been in this Bible before, but um, you know, as soon as I started seeing things were weird, and I was already a Christian before, I just don't know how strong of a Christian I was, right? And uh, sometimes I remember myself not being as strong as maybe I was. I don't know, but um, it shouldn't take all this like shocking news, right, for me to like grab my Bible for the first time to read it. And what I learned, right, is like when you start reading the Bible for yourself, you're like, wow, man, a lot of the stuff I learned from pastors was like, it was wrong, like, and not just like well-meaning pastors that are getting it wrong, but like I believe that like some of these pastors know that they're saying the wrong stuff. And so we'll figure it out. No luck yet, but I do have another interview coming this week. Well, I'll tell you what, God is holding a good door open for you somewhere. I know that. If we're not like lifted off the ground and meeting Jesus in the air, I know that there's going to be something for you, man. I know it. I know it, man. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other, do the next right thing. And so yeah, the new age is getting stronger now, but here's the thing, right? With the new age, they start like pushing that syncretism, right? Where there's a lot of religions with a Messiah type figure that predate Christianity, and they try to make it look like Christianity took the idea from there, but in reality they all got the language is mixed up at the Tower of Babel, and everyone had a different name for God when they were against God and they were following Nimrod. And everybody knew that like nothing predates God, right? Some things predate Christianity, but nothing predates God. And everyone knew that there was a Messiah coming. So, but they'll catch you in that, right? Thinking that, and you're like, oh yeah, that does predate Christianity, right? And I mean, they are so tricky. Rejoice, we have the unmoved mover. Yeah. Oh man, that makes me feel so good just to know that he's so powerful. I mean, there's no equal opposite to God. Like there's no struggle. God can make everything perfect in 2 seconds. And see, that's what gets me about people, man. They're like, oh man, if there was a God, there things wouldn't be so evil here, you know? And I'm like, well, yeah, he can get rid of all the evil in like 1 second, but like he'd have to get rid of us. And we want him to keep us, right? Like that's the whole thing, right? And so and so like the evil's here because we have the ability to choose what we want to do. That's the problem, right? We're not a robot. And instead of starting over, like he takes his own wrath upon himself, gives his life for us, right? Gives his life for us, and then offers us eternity with like, you know, no sickness, no problems, right? And I mean, he gives us everything, right? In return, we give him, you know, we let him down. He gives us everything. Nothing predates God. Nothing predates God. I agree with that, right? But see, like they use this technicality, right, where it's like because like the Messiah hadn't gotten there until 2,000 years ago, that's when Christianity started. And in reality, it goes all the way like God, like you'd have to go back to God, like to nothing predates God, and that's all included, right? But these people are. This is why I'm saying, right? You guys got to really pay attention to how they word things, you know, and like I don't want like I don't know, man. I just don't want to see people fall for that, right? Because it's so dumb, you know. Like you know, says my buddy doesn't understand how God has always been. Um, no creation of him. I told my buddy that our minds can't process it, the complexity of it all. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna understand that, right? There's no way we're gonna understand that. The father has to play this game out with the serpent until the end. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, it is what it is, right? He's not going to interfere with our free will, and we're waiting for everyone to be like. I mean, it's the world obviously was fallen from the beginning, but like, we're still waiting for everyone to be created. There was a plan for everybody, you know. And I think that this was probably the best possible scenario. I bet there was a million different ways this could have went, right? And you know, I think there always was a plan for us to go to the next thing, like incorruptible, to be like, you know, to choose to be good, right? Like do you want to go with God and be incorruptible, right? Because then it's like you've chosen that, like you've chosen to be not tempted and not in pain anymore, and not like some people want to have that in their life. They want that ability to choose and to make mistakes and that kind of thing. And you know, I don't know. I don't know why that makes people comfortable to be in control of their own. I don't know. We're really not in control of anything anyway. And so I just don't understand it. Like, why not just let go? Let go, let God take care of everything. Let's just be like kids again, you know, and just let him just like let him take care of all that stuff and worry about all that. And like Mark is saying, Jesus said not to worry, right? And that's true, right? That's like so true. Like the more we trust him, the more stuff like he'll take care of for us. It's and our faith makes him happy, you know. And like you can't please God without faith, you know. When I fall into worry, I keep repeating to myself, faith over fear. Yep. Yeah, you were saying that the other day. And I would agree with that. Like, I do repeat the name of Jesus over and over again a lot of times, too. Like, I'll make some kind of chant with his name in it, right? Like, you know, protection or for just to feel comfort, just to feel close to him, and just knowing that it's we're very, very close, and no matter how you look at it, doom and gloom or not, right? We're very far away from fixing this world, I mean, I think it would be cool if the world like got fixed like immediately, right? And it was like like a little paradise down here. Of course, I want things to be better, right? But I also don't want to be in denial either. I want to be realistic about what's going on. 99% of the things I worried about never even happened. Right. It's like most of the stuff that I was stressed out over, right, and all worried about, like either it wasn't that bad or it ended up working out, or like you said, like, or it never happened. And I made myself worried for no reason, And see, when I was a kid, we didn't have social media, right? And I used to date a lot, when I was like dating age or whatever. And I would stress out, like, oh, I got to talk to this girl tomorrow, man. I got to ask her out. And I would be all nervous, because you got to be face to face, right? And you'd be all sweating, be like, it was nerve wracking, right? Now, I guess you just go on Instagram and just, click like on their profile so they know that you like them. And I don't know how it works now. It's probably way easier than having to go face to face with every meeting, That used to drive like that half of my high school and what do you call it? Middle school was like full of stress like that. Yay, Shannon's here. What's going on, Shannon? How are you doing? AJM says dating age. Anyone know the number? Like when I was dating age, I don't know, like 16 probably. I mean, I was a kind of a late bloomer. I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, 16. Yeah, I like that, Frack. We're on the same page, man. Yeah, we were really brave back then, right? Like we had to be face to face, and it's so hard. Okay, so check this out, right? Like, I don't know. I think it was like I want to say it was like 7 or 8 years ago. I used to play I used to play Words with Friends with this lady. This, she's a nice lady or whatever, and she's a veteran too. She goes to the VA hospital, and what do you call it? We played Words with Friends like almost every day for like a year. Like for a year, I was like part of this person's life on a daily basis. Like it was like just like hanging out with somebody, right? And I seen her at the VA, and I was gonna say hello, right? And she saw me, and she just like right. She just like looked at the ground and acted like she didn't see me. Like it was too hard for her to see me in person, right? And that was just so weird, like but I get it, right? But I get it. And it is what it is. Hey Clutch, how you doing, buddy? Oh, you were lurking yeah. You were lurking. Amazing. But yeah. No, and that's it, right? We all need forgiveness and the Lord's grace, and I see like that's the statement right there. He took our punishment upon himself. He punished himself for what we did, you know? I mean, if you think about that, right? Like, talk about love, man. Talk about absolute love. Because, like, if you're God, right, the ultimate, the highest thing you can possibly be, and you don't start over with people that, you know, kind of fail you just from the beginning, right? And then you promise them forever. That's amazing, isn't it? Like, that's a huge commitment. That's a huge commitment to give us forever with him. I mean, he wants us to be his bride. I mean, think about that. Think about that imagery right there, you know? And like I think the imagery really like tells us the most, right? Like there's a lot of harvest imagery, there's a lot of like, you know, the bride and then the harlot, right? And just exactly what gets, you know, what gets rewarded and what's the right way to be. He made us in his image. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Frack. Remember your first kiss, guys and gals? I bet you do. Yes, I do. I sure do. I sure do, man. Let's see. We fall down. We lay our crowns at the. Oh, I can't wait to cast crowns at his feet. Oh, so I can't wait. The greatness and mercy and love. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna throw my crown at his feet. You know. Rob says God wouldn't be as great if we could understand everything with our human brains. Yeah. Yeah, there's things we can't know, you know. And I think that hi Rob anyway, good morning. I think that it's 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 better that way, you know? And I think we will know more. I think when we get our new bodies and we get our new you know, just everything, right? We're gonna be smarter. We're gonna know more, be able to think deeper. Because like you got to figure we're compromised from the sin, right? And then we're also like we're kind of being poisoned here, right? We're kind of being poisoned, and the food isn't really that good for us, and the water has stuff in it. We would probably be a lot smarter and a lot healthier. Imagine how good we would feel if if we ate like perfectly good food, you know. Oh, see, Anne has to talk about chocolate, you know. That's a weak spot for me. If there was no such thing as chocolate, life would be easier, but I wouldn't like it. But it'd be easier to like get in shape, you know. It doesn't take much, the Michigander. It's the adult ADHD version of Christian Tourette's. Yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff, man. I don't like. I'm tempted to say things are like conditions or diseases, but um, you know, I'm starting to believe otherwise. You know, starting to believe that it's like everything is spiritual. Everything. There's nothing that's a condition. It's like there's something. I don't know how demons work exactly, but I know that something ain't right. You know, with the I don't know. There's some things where it's like, wow, I'm affected somehow, and I think I got a demon or something, you know, or had one. And okay, so Soul Driver, since you said that, right? Chocolate is your drug of choice, right? Okay, so if you had a choice, you can only have one thing out of these two things, right? Okay, I'm asking everybody. You can only have one thing: garlic or chocolate. You can only keep one of them for the rest of your time here on Earth. So okay, so after AJM in the Senate comment, that'll be the official answers. We'll go after that. Okay, she wants chocolate. Yeah. Cause I mean garlic. Oh my God. That's a difficult choice for me. You know, Cold Spring with the all caps. Yeah, I know, Bubba, right? Like I'm a garlic person, right? You know? And that's such a hard choice because they're both kind of good. Like a chocolate covered garlic, I don't know if that would be good. I would try it. I would try it. Rob says just not the cheap Easter bunny chocolate, like that's all waxy. It's like there's like the Easter bunny chocolate, you can like rinse off the bunny and it'll like it'll get shiny or whatever, you know. No, I just eat whatever misshapen Reese's product is near near the register, right? Garlic and ginger. Yeah, ginger's good, man. But I mean, not good enough to where I give up chocolate, that's for sure. You know. Oh, he says I'll make chocolate. Oh, okay, all right. You can just make chocolate, just whip it up. Okay. Try a roasted whole garlic. Oh yeah, I can eat garlic whole. Like absolutely. Chunks of garlic. It's like I have like an immunity now. I have to be careful when I eat garlic because like my breath probably will kill people. Like I got to be very careful because I'm immune just because of how much I've eaten in my life. I have a like it's one of those things you get a tolerance for or something, and then now I could just eat a ton of garlic. Garlic, onion. Oh yeah, have you ever had like the garlic chunks that are like in olives, you know, like stuffed in an olive? Now that's pretty darn good. I could eat a whole I could eat a whole jar of that. Oh yeah, coffee. Yeah, see now I quit drinking coffee like 5 years ago. But if you had to ask me before that, that would have been the thing that like there's no way I would ever say I could live without that. Or cigarettes. I smoked cigarettes too. Coffee and cigarettes I would have said are things that I never would give up. But you know, I don't know. I just stopped wanting to do it. I still want to put garlic cloves inside organic honey and let it. Oh wow! Oh, 6 months? Oh wow! That's a commitment right there. Well, like, does it have to be 6 months? I mean, can you just like have some of that immediately and try it, or is the 6 months of like sitting in there? That's what makes it good. Let me see here. My neighbors came by yesterday wanting to buy eggs because they said there's none at the store. Wow, you can make some money. I mean, it's up to you if you want to sell eggs. Like you can make some big money and help them out, you know? Yeah, that's crazy, right? And so, alrighty, guys. Well, it is time, right, to hit that old dusty trail. Now, I really want to do panels so bad, and I get it. Like, I'm not trying to pressure nobody. If people don't want to do it, then that's fine. Um, but I don't have any guests for tonight, so I'm open to that, and I'm open to going long too. So, I've been sleeping really good lately, probably because I had a concussion. I don't know. Um, oh, you can't drink hot coffee without craving a cigarette. I was the same way, you know. I was the same way. Like as soon as I had that sip of coffee, it was like, oh, where's my cigarette at? Yeah, AJM's house. Yeah, exactly. So is anybody going live today? Cold Springs, you going live today later? Or Bubba? Okay, tonight, yeah. If you wanna join tonight, AJM, that's great. Well, to be fair, garlic is good, but not for the peeps the next morning. Oh yeah, I mean they got to smell us, you know? Yeah. I mean, now that I've kind of like been alone for like the last 5 or 6 years, I can't see myself ever like because I could do whatever I want, you know? I can't ever see myself going back to I don't know. I don't want to say that it because I enjoyed all my time being in relationships for sure, but it was a lot of work, you know. Whereas you can just be by yourself and just sit here and love God. That's what I want to do, really. All right, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, feeling positive, right? Feeling positive. I like that. All right, guys. Oh, tomorrow with Shulamite and Clip. Oh, okay, cool, cool. I miss Teresa so much. Okay, guys. Well, praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All glory to God because he deserves it. Please pray for the children. Please pray for pray for everyone being victimized out there. Please pray for each other. It's important. And Lord willing, I'll see you guys tonight at 5 o'clock. God bless you.